Okay, this is part two of part one of J-Rawls and myself, the Balkan Nostalgic SlickBlast RapCast. Hopefully, hopefully we can make this work because the Wi-Fi is a little goofy right now. Eric, much love. Sandra, welcome back. So hopefully me exiting out and then getting back on, hopefully that can refresh the situation, and hopefully J-Rawls and I will not be stuck in the matrix, and hopefully Neo is not like, look, we need you guys' help. Y'all gotta leave, the Midwest. Yeah, fingers crossed, sis. Please, fingers crossed. Exactly, fingers crossed, because this is yeah, we need this convo. We need this convo. It's only been 9 long years, so we gotta get it going. Master Rock, much love. Okay, so I'm gonna send J-Rawls an invite to see if that works out. All right, Master Rock, what's up? Gem fam, heavily in the place to be. CMU fam as well. Dave, peace to you, my brother. Much love. I'm gonna send an invite to J-Rawls, okay? And let's see what happens with this situation. Okay. Okay. Now I'm getting out of the screen. Man, we're just gonna talk about this classic album, and I want him to be on so we can talk about this. Okay, let's try now. Uh-oh, I see him.
I don't know if it's me or what. Yes, I can.
Okay, I can see your mug now. I can see your face. And I just heard some audio from you, but there's like the ring of death, like on Xbox, the circle. It's just, the girl from the ring. She's making this hard for us, man. All right, so J-Rawls, testing 1 2. Can J-Rawls hear me? Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. J-Rawls and I apologize for this. It's an uncontrollable situation, but we're gonna keep fighting. We're gonna Rocky Balboa this, and we're not gonna give up just yet. So, all right. You know what we'll do? Okay. So, J-Rawls, and he's chilling on his couch. He's comfortable. Man, I mean, he's ready to rock. He's ready to rock. Okay. So, J-Rawls, send me an invite. Send me a request this time. See, this is the kind of things that kind of like, man, it's, you have to be patient, obviously. And, it'd be like this sometimes, you just got to go against the grain and just, when it's raining outside and you don't have an umbrella, you just got to run. You just got to run through the storm. Okay. So we ain't going to give up. We're going to be patient and we'll eventually get this going. All right. I'm going to view the request. Lord Jesus, bless us with clarity and bless us with this conversation and just no virtual interruptions, because
We're going to try again.
we're going to keep trying because this is what we do. We're warriors.
But we don't stop, man.
Woo! And you know what? He's talking and it's smooth and I'm going to shut up.
Working crazy. I had to come upstairs and sit in my comfy chair.
All right. Well, you're looking very comfortable there, by the way. And that's a beautiful thing.
Indeed, man. I'm not really feeling that well, man. After this, I think I'm going to get some Alka-Seltzer or something and lay it down.
Oh. Hey, well, man, in that case, I hope you feel better, Jay. And, man, I appreciate you taking the time to be on with me, man.
Oh, man. Hey, listen, man. I appreciate you even wanting to. That's a big deal. I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. So let me show you this now that we're in the mix. 2001.
And that's the beginning, man. That right there was just me saying, oh, man, for the feel betters, I appreciate it. That one right there, though, was me saying, yo, I am going to try something different. Like, because I had like we had the Lone Catalyst stuff and we was working through that and everything. And
Yes.
wanted to kind of branch out. There was a lot of people I wanted to work with and that kind of thing. So I asked Group Attack if they would be down to, distribute. And they said yes. I've been working with them ever since. Ha! Now you see that little boy right there? That dude right there.
Little guy?
Little guy right there. This
Yeah.
past, what up, John? My man John Rogers. Man, listen, that
Much
little,
love.
he graduated from college in May. And he is now working. He's a working man. He goes to work every day. How about
Really?
that's crazy?
Yeah, man. This is so 2001 J-Rawls, Tower Records, rest in peace. I know there was one in California and also one in Japan. I think that the one in Japan is still open if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so Tower Records, man, 2001. I'm just my boys are like, hey, what's his name or his or her name?
Yeah, Cashy. Look, Cashy wants to play.
All right, what's up, Cashy? I love it. Yeah, I'm a dog person as well, man. I love it. Beautiful thing.
Is that okay? Can I? You think you gonna let?
So,
Okay.
my guys, some of my guys were already, in club mode. They wanted to go clubbing, and I was like, I'll catch up with y'all cats another day. I'm gonna go to Tower Records and just look around, because Tower Records for me when I was 21 was like going to the club. That was the equivalent.
Yeah,
You know what
we
I mean?
didn't Columbus, but my first time going to Tower Records was in Manhattan. Man, we was working on the Blackstarr album.
Ooh.
A little break, man, and actually it was me and Kweli.
I had to.
Man,
So
and
track number six. Track number 6.
number 6, man. Ain't that great? That's the first song we ever recorded for that album.
Yeah.
Very first joint.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
I
So
put you on Tower Records.
yeah, man. So Tower Records, I saw this. Here's the thing, man. Like just being in love with the underground. Common was obviously doing his thing still. He was already, getting it to that point. But all the underground stuff in the Midwest was very special and intriguing. And just being in tune and connected with Tower Records, with the magazines, and kind of that was my guidance. Aside from Rap City and MTV Raps, the magazines, right? The foreign magazines and XXL and other magazines from the UK. So it's crazy, man. So I found out about you on this local station here in Chicago. It's in the College of Northwestern University. It's called WNUR. So shout out to WNUR.
Oh, because
Yeah.
there was a radio station in Chicago that we actually performed live on. I can't remember what it was. They gave us a shirt, and I had the shirt for years. Yeah, Herb Magazine.
Old school. Yes.
But yeah, I forget. There was another radio station. I don't know what it was. WKCR or WK.
That sounds familiar. Yeah, that sounds familiar. So I heard. Oh my God. So I was already up on High Tech. I was already up on Mood. With those bangers being played and then coming to fruition. And then I heard one track from the Essence, and I was like, oh my goodness, because it was on a magazine. I was like, I'm curious about this dude. And then I saw it for $18.99, and I'm like, yeah, Tower Records, but it was worth it though, and I had to do it. I said, I'm gonna do this because I know it's gonna be a great investment. And sure enough, bro, and this is me being genuine. Does this make sense? This is your Illmatic. This is your coming out party.
Oh, thank you. I could give you that. I mean, that was just us being hungry and just that was when it was fun. It was it didn't feel so much like we weren't trying to do it for the money. We weren't trying to make a deadline. It was
right.
Creating.
And then Due Process. I heard that song. That feeling when you get goosebumps on your arms, and I had hair back in the day, so I had, so I'm sure we both did. But Due Process, just Talib on there.
Yeah.
And then your magical jazzy butter smoothness of beats, the concoction together, and then Jay Sands. I'm like, what is this? I
And
want more of this. I want more of that.
you know, we recorded Due Process on New Year's Day, 1999, man. Uh,
Cool. Wow.
we're in we were in New York, and we actually stayed at and then so we were gonna be down there to watch the ball drop, but it was like a crazy storm or something happened. So we came back to Brooklyn to his parents' crib, and we ended up, you know, just sleeping, chilling, or whatever. And then next day we had a lab session, and we went in there, and that's what we recorded. It's crazy. GQ, what up?
GQ, what's going on, brother?
You knows everybody.
Yeah, yeah, that's funny because I told that to my wife. He literally knows everybody. Good brother, man. Yeah, I saw him yesterday, actually. Pharaoh Monch was here, and the band 13, they were here last night. Uh,
Nice.
yeah, it was nice. It was a treat, definitely. So much love to the journalists here as well. Everybody that's on. Rocking with the legendary J-Rawls. Once again, man, got to give you your virtual flowers, man. You've done a lot for this culture, and you are in my top 5, and you haven't left since. So you're still in there, brother.
Huge, man. I just want to say thank you, man. You know, and I'm not planning on going anywhere, man. You know, I'm doing the education thing, but I'm dropping a new instrumental album around my birthday, February next year.
Woo. Love it.
No, oh nine.
Okay, and is it going to be from some of your previous series, or this is going to be a fresh new instrumental album, just the instrumental?
It's new. It's called Jazz Hop.
Ooh.
That kind of beats. It's that 2000, 1999. It's
Yeah.
them J-Rawls beats.
Them that feel good, like
Yup.
wow, that feel good smoothness, you know.
What up, Zo? Good to see you, brother.
Shout out to Zoe. That's right. Gotta be a DJ Text 1s and 2s said that's right. J-Raw's gotta be around 40 years or more. Hey, we ain't gonna talk about that, okay?
Damn, so I appreciate her saying that. But
Nah,
yeah,
yeah.
man, as long as I can, and I'm gonna do what Jazzy Jeff said, you know, die empty. You know what I'm saying? And just y'all gonna hear everything by the time it's all done.
Absolutely, my brother. So here's another CD I have physically. Dudley Perkins, aka the Clowny. He was very interesting, wacky character, MC wise. And what was it called? The Jimmy and the Dank and
Frank and Jamie show,
Dank,
like
Dank and Jammy show. Yep.
Frank and Sammy Davis Jr. My man Chris Emden is in the building. What up, Dr. Chris?
Dr. Chris, much love.
So doing that album with Declaim came out here, and he stayed in Columbus for a week, and we did that whole album. All the guests that came through, everybody did everything live. Wasn't no FedEx or no email. It was all live, and that
Right.
album was fun because we just was wilding out. We acted like we was in Vegas, and we were Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis, the Rat Pack, all that, and that was
Yes.
the feeling behind it. It was fun.
I love it. Yeah, it definitely had that flavor and theme to it with the whole Rat Pack feel and the plane with an album cover. I love that. Do you still keep in touch with him, man? Do you still keep in touch with him?
I do, man. I talked to Declaim probably. It's been a while. Like COVID kind of just shut a lot down. But I talked to him a little while ago. He's doing well. You know, just being dad. Like,
Right. As they say, life happens, right? You know, life happens.
hey,
And I'm gonna dig this one out of my mental vaults. Um, Situational Ethics. You and Fat Jon. I also have that on CD still, physical copy.
oh yeah, Fat Jon is my brother, man. So we met in the Natty and just we were alikes, man. He was even in my wedding. You know, just my brother, man. He just the way he made beats, the way he rhymed, yo, it was fun, man. Caesar, what up, boy?
Caesar, yes.
His new album is crazy. I actually was honored to be able to do a joint with him, man. So if y'all get a chance, check that out. Caesar Comanche. And Poe Matt.
And Paul Mac, yes. Yeah, they were on actually. They were on with me. I would say a month ago. Two good brothers, and I ordered their CD. I definitely copped their CD, and yes, track number 8. I can tell right away, like the intro, the lady talking, and then right away, dun, 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 dun.
Yo, he heard that. Caesar heard that and was like, "Yo, Rawls, who's got that?" I was like, "I guess you."
Yeah. I think that's an MC's favorite saying because that's me too. You got who got that one? Okay, I want that one.
I'm waiting on Dr. Chris Emden to be like, "Yo, I'm waiting on him to bust a rhyme for me," but I'll probably be waiting for a long time. But
Okay.
but he's
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah, man. So yeah, shout out to Caesar Comanche and Paul Mac, 2 class acts as well. And I just love the fact that J-Rawls, you're blessing many MCs, John Robinson, of course, with JR. The homie up now he's become a mentor of mine. We made a track together 3 months ago, Elder Sensei.
Oh man. Yo,
Yeah.
we almost, like, our album is almost done. Me and L got a whole album. Like,
So
yeah, 11 joints. Yeah.
So Jay, he gave me some teaspoons. he gave me some audio teaspoons, because he had his pop-up here a couple months ago, and me going with him obviously to promote our track, and then doing this thing with his merch. We kicked it for a couple of days, spent some time together, and in the car I wanted to hear your beat. I wanted to hear that 3 times. There's one track that he played for me, and then I'm like, bro, this sounds like J-Rawls. And he goes, it is. You know how he is. It is. It is, dog. It is. He's always direct.
Yes.
Yeah, always direct. And so I was like, bro, when is that coming out? He's like, it's coming. But L, he's like the Where's Waldo of hip hop. He's literally everywhere. He's one of the hardest working MCs in hip hop.
He's probably not in Jersey right now. He's probably somewhere doing a pop-up or selling some merch.
Yep. Exactly. He's in a fortress. He's in a fortress in Alaska selling artifacts merch.
No doubt.
Another album I revisited, man, because again, man, like you mentioned, the 1999 and the 2000s, that feel good fall weather, winter, like there was no Netflix and chill. It was J-Rawls and chill. Like it was.
It just, for me, man, hip hop is therapy for me. So that's the kind of music I make. And that's nowadays, the young people are calling it chill hop or lo-fi or whatever. But that I've been doing since day one, and that's just what I do. Like I end up on all kinds of Spotify playlists, like with the lo-fi and this and that, and that's cool. Yeah. But that's hip hop. I want my hip hop to, like, I want the music to speak to me. I want it to feel good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's times to turn up, you go to the club, you do your thing, you do whatever, but nah, I need that boom bap. Hip hop runs through our veins.
Man, great minds think alike, Jay, because I'm as you're saying that, I'm thinking it. And it's funny that you said that, because I had on, he's become a friend of mine as well. A1, an MC from New York, but he's in Virginia, from A1 and Phonics. I'm sure you're familiar with those guys.
Heard the name, but I haven't met him.
Okay, yeah. So he's a real good dude, and he's he does the jazzy hip hop as well. And we also have a track coming soon. It's called Jazzy Bald Kids, actually. So yeah, I gotta send you that. I think you'll appreciate it, man, for sure. We were discussing that when I had him on the podcast about the whole lo-fi situation. And I said the same thing you said. I was like, my 15-year-old niece, she's like, hey, uncle, yeah, do you like lo-fi? And then I go like this, you mean hip hop? You mean hip hop with a jazzy element to it? Yeah, I love that. Yeah. So again, lo-fi is just an influence of what you have been doing, what Dilla has been doing, what many other producers have been doing for a long time.
And it is, and it's good that they've discovered it and they gave it a different name. That's cool, but as long as they like it, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that.
Absolutely. And then, in my opinion, me being a Chicago, obviously a Chicago head and an MC, you know, I think still to this day, it's common. Number one, go MC, Chi-Town's Nas. And number two, I'm going to segue into your production. The smooth, and he's a sports lawyer for the Golden State Warriors, capital D.
At D.
Bro, I
Every
think he is so criminally underrated. It's almost a sin that people do not. And then your production with him rhyming, cold turkey.
oh man, cold turkey and the Renaissance,
The
man.
Renaissance.
Dude, it was just fun working with him, man. He's dope. He's very dope.
Very dope. And then when I first heard the Renaissance, I was driving in my beat up Honda Accord with the Batman flickering lights, okay, with hair, a Caesar cut fade. And my cousin, who's a big Wu-Tang fan, hardcore Wu-Tang fan. I love Wu-Tang as well, but I was more like, you know, like Tribe Called Quest, De La, like that was more, you know. And I was like, my cousin's like, who's this guy? Because he already knew who Cap D was, sitting at the lakefront working on my next LP. Woo! And then the piano. And it was like drinking a glass of lemonade in a desert.
Yeah.
Hearing that, I was like,
that man. That yo, and we did that at his crib, man, like by the lakefront.
literally by the lakefront.
Right in Chicago, man. We did that right there.
That's so dope, man. And it's funny because I hollered at L. You know, we text and we keep in touch as much as we can. And I told L, I was like, look, it's been a long time coming. I'm finally coming out in my own, and you know, finally coming out to my own as an MC. I Benjamin Buttoned it in life. I didn't do it when I was 19 or 22. I did it at 35, and since 7 years old, you know, loving this culture, I'm just like, I want a J-Rawls beat in my life before I become 85 years old in a cane playing bingo, trying to break dance. And then L goes, just holler at Jay, just talk to him. You know him. He said, just talk to him. I'm like, we're gonna do that.
All right, drive safe, Jay. Nah, man, no doubt. Hey, what up, Big June? Big June is on here, man. That's my brother.
Much love to Big June.
Oh man, definitely. I mean, that's inevitable. I mean, we're gonna work. I was actually sitting here while thinking, you might as well tell L, let's put you on one of them joints, man. You might as well get on the album. Why not?
Woo, man.
Nah, you got it on tape, so you can show him like, nah, man, I'm more.
Hey, I appreciate that, my brother. That's an honor. It'll be an honor to rock with y'all. That'll be an honor, for sure.
Let's do it.
Appreciate that. So Lone Catalyst, I want to ask you, man. So obviously, I had on Main Flow of Mood on. He's a good brother as well, and he's doing the acting thing. I had Main Flow on a couple weeks ago, and he had nothing but, man, great things to say about you, because you guys are family.
Yeah, we fam, man. That's my dude. That's family. He I mean, Mood, man, they helped all of us in Cincinnati, man. And that includes, you know, Tone and Quali. Like, you know, that they helped us, you know, get out there and get on. So I mean, they were the backbones, you know. You know, Dante, Main Flow, Josh Son, they were the backbones, man. So yeah, how was Main doing, man? He said y'all talk.
Yeah, we did, man. We talked for a good hour, and he was nice enough to take time as well, because he's doing his acting thing. He's gonna be a bus driver. He's playing a bus driver in a movie, and he's excited about that role. And we talked about you. We mentioned you in Lone Catalyst, you know. And he's doing good, man. He's looking good, and he's doing good. So, you know,
out like in San Diego or something like that.
Yeah, he's in the West Coast for sure. I saw palm trees, and I know the time zone was like 2 hours ahead here, so I knew he was in the West Coast.
That dude, man, he be moving, man. You could have been like, yo, he lives in Bangladesh or something, and that wouldn't have.
That's funny.
Man, I don't know where he lives. I'd be like,
That's funny. That's funny because I had that impression too. I'm like, where you at now? I'm like, yeah, I saw the palm tree, so that kind of gave it away. So Lone Catalyst, man, let me ask you, with the as far as Jay Sands and those cats, Did you go to did you grow up in the same neighborhood, or did you guys go to school together? Or was it was just a natural, you know, thing, chemistry?
It was we both went to the University of Cincinnati, so that's how
Wow.
we together. But we actually like so Jason, he grew up in Pittsburgh. As he got older, like he went to high school in Columbus, but I
Wow.
didn't. So we both went to the University of Cincinnati. On Christmas break, we met at my man Buka's house.
Okay.
And so Buka kind of was the put us together type, and ended up that's why the label was named after him. We called it Buka Records, but that was it, man. We went to University of Cincinnati, so we were in Cincinnati together. We just started recording, and it was great, man. Just because in them days it was all for fun. It was just recording at 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m. in my apartment.
Ooh, man. Well, those 4 or 5 a.m.s, Emmers became classics. So there's a song that's been in my head for the last 3 months, and I bump it, especially in the fall weather, man, because I feel like your production has the fall weather feel, you know what I mean? And the winter, just feel good comfort music. And the Lone Catalyst, it's the blue cover, man. And the song has to do with, it
Oh,
reminds me of Jack Tripper's Three's Company and a Two, what is it? Two's Company?
company and three's a crowd.
There you go. Two's Company and Three's a Crowd. That beat, oh my God. I'm like,
Yo, that, and you know what Tech just said, organic. That probably feels good because we recorded that song on 2-inch reel.
whoo.
Yeah, that it sounds like, wow, what is this? That's
Yeah.
real, no digital on that one.
Yeah, because politics. So politics, and then Dynamite. When I first heard Dynamite, man, again, man, like I said, like I was the only cat on my block, 21 years old, while some cats were listening to Master P, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's some cats that were listening to the commercial stuff. I was already up on this underground stuff as a 21-year-old, you know, Puerto Rican kid growing up in Chicago. And then it resonated with the younger kids in the neighborhood. They're like, what are you listening to, by the way? I like that bluesy, jazzy stuff. What is that? I'm like, yo, he's from Columbus, Ohio, and his name is J-Rawls, and he's done some stuff for Blackstarr. Everybody pretty much. And then
Wow.
so it kind of spread out, man. I did my part to spread that on the block, you know, as far as that is concerned. So
Peace to Sorry Drummer. What's going on? How you doing, bro?
much love to Sorry Drummer. Much love to you, brother. Thank you for being out with us.
Yeah, man. That's what's up, man. I'm bugging how you know the whole catalog and the career, man. That's crazy. I appreciate that a lot.
You're very welcome, my brother. You're very welcome. Again, man, I'm you know, I'm a true fan, bro, and I've been rocking with y'all since day one. So, um, here's another thing that trips me out too is when people say, "Is there gonna be a reunion?" Because you connect with Talib, obviously, and you know, people ask like, "Will you ever do something with Talib again?" And I'm like, "Well, you're physically alive, and so is he. That's a blessing." I feel like if it naturally happened, right, without forcing it, it'll happen, right, when it's available.
Talib is kind of on another plane with it, man. Like he's working with, such big names that it just, maybe, but I don't know. I don't see it happening, and it's okay. It's not a big deal if it does or not. Those great times, and to be quite honest with you, music I listen to is like stuff from the '90s because it
Yeah.
feels, good, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. And it's timeless. That's the best part about it. It's timeless. So I was doing an Uber ride. I was doing an Uber ride for he was about 23 years old, Hispanic kid, and he had his headphones on. And I said, "Hey, man, you know, this generation seems to be sometimes kind of, you know, in their own little world." So I told him, "Hey, young blood, check out this." It was Caesar Comanche and Pomac. I had it on number 7, and then number 8. I let it ride, and then once your drum thing came on, he's bobbing his head in the background. I see him in the mirror, and he's 23 years old. He has no clue who you are, who they are, and I'm trying to bring that underground essence and school him on it. He's
Right.
like, they're dope. Who are they? I'm like, man, he's an underground legend. He's just a hip hop legend in general. And then what I did was I told him to look up your Spotify, and that's what he did. So he saved your Spotify, And he tipped me $5 too, so that was beautiful too. That was great.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. What up? BHB is on here. I think I saw Rocky Denise. What up, Raquel? Hey,
Okay. Well,
I appreciate Cash checking in, man. This is dope. Okay.
absolutely, man. This is what it's all about. And then, oh, look at the dog. He's happy, man. He's in a good mood.
Yeah, okay, man. All right, all right. I gotta do the little interview.
I love it.
High time.
Hey, so J-Rawls, and congratulations too, man. You and I have been communicating again since probably 2013, even
Man.
before Instagram was a thing, man. You and I have been emailing each other back and forth, and I appreciate that. And then it's funny how things come to fruition, man, and God makes things happen, because now I made a track with Elder Sensei. I never thought that would happen in a million years. And then yeah, and then again, when L told me like, yeah, J-Rawls, we got something coming out. I'm like, bro, why you gotta tease me like that? And he goes, all right, I'm gonna play it for you. I'm gonna play it for you.
I
so,
like.
congratulations. You are a professor, correct? A professor?
Indeed, I am, man. That's crazy. I say that. Wow. Yeah,
Professor J-Rawls.
yeah, man.
You
Yeah,
did it, bro. You finally did it.
I'm excited because I'm actually writing the program. So I'm teaching a program called Intro to Hip Hop Based Education at
Woo.
university, and that doesn't exist anywhere. That's why, like Chris Emden was on here a little earlier, Dr. Emden, and he's one of the foremost catalysts of this hip hop ed thing, and we're pushing it and trying to, really get it out there. Like, and the whole premise is that we're not teaching teachers to rap in the classroom. That's not what it's about. It's
Okay.
understanding that these students have culture, and most times it's hip hop culture. So allow them to be who they are, allow them to have a voice in your classroom, and let them be hip hop. It's okay for them to be hip hop and
Right.
still learn tracks. So we still try to instill that into the teachers, and that's what we work on, man. So it's beautiful because I'm writing the program, B. That's blowing my.
That's amazing, because as a kid, you being in elementary school in Columbus, Ohio, I'm sure you were like, okay, who wrote this that I'm
Yeah.
studying? Who wrote this for a test? So now, 50 years down the line, I had a segue, capital D.
Yep.
50 years down the line, kids are going to look at J-Rawls textbook because you wrote that.
Yeah, man.
That's amazing.
It's crazy. And so I'm really, really excited to be able to bring that and be able to write this program, man, and just to try to bring hip hop to academia, because right now it's not getting the respect that it deserves, but it will. We're working on it, you know.
Absolutely.
Getting it.
That's a beautiful thing, man, and congratulations once again. Okay, so this is what I do with all my guests, man. Again, I always appreciate all my guests on, and again, having you on is a blessing and an honor to be on with me on SlickBlast RapCast. Two handsome, bald gentlemen.
Man, the hair's gone.
Is gone.
Hair's
Um, we know the struggle.
gone.
I'm gonna ask you, all right? Okay, J-Rawls, dead or alive, you give me three. It can be a b-boy, it can be an MC, it can be a producer. Dead or alive, who is J-Rawls working with that you haven't worked with? If they hit you up this weekend and they said, let's do something, drop everything you're doing, three legends, or it could be anybody that you admire, MC, producer, three, dead or alive, who would they be?
So, man, one of my favorite producers is Q-Tip, not rap producer. Q-Tip
Ooh.
is probably some of the greatest production ever for me. Um, and so I would love to do something with Tip. You know,
Woo.
even met Tip, so I don't know. I don't know. If he's aware or whatever. But that would be, yeah, that would be crazy for me. MC, man, is Common. I always wanted to work with Common. I've been a Common fan since Common Sense.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
I still call him Common Sense because that's who he is for me. But when you got stuff like Nothing to Do and uh, you know, Pineapple and just that whole first album was just so everything. Is that Rubik's? What up, Ru?
Rubik's, yeah, that's him.
Man, Ru to the BIX. That's another dope MC.
Yes, yes.
Um, but I worked with Rubik's, so I can't say that. I can't put him in there. But, one of my like all-time favorites that I really enjoy. I don't know what I would do, but I would just like to DJ and play some breaks so he could b-boy. But Crazy Legs, man.
Ooh.
Yeah, Crazy. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Legs, man, and I was able to meet him a few years ago, and we've had some conversations, and I'm just a fan, man. Just pioneer the culture, you know.
What a top three. You talk about a top three, and it's true. J-Rawls, people forget that Q-Tip produced, I mean, 2 or 3 tracks from Mobb Deep's The Infamous, their second album. Obviously they're Illmatic. I consider they're Illmatic. And Q-Tip's remix with Craig Mack, Can I Get Down? Oh my God, to this day, right?
Everything.
Woo, man. So he said Common, Q-Tip, and Crazy Legs. That's a trifecta of hip hop greatness. So great choices.
That's some hip hop right there.
And another physical copy I have, the Liquid Crystal Project, the first one, the original one.
Wow.
It's like the white cover, and then your face is like animated.
Yeah, you got that? Cause
I got that, man. Yep.
Yeah.
I still got it, bro. I noticed you did. It was cool that you did your rendition and homage. Rest in peace to the legendary J Dilla. He's obviously in the top 5 as well. But you did a homage of players. You did your own rendition of that, and I love how you did the synthesizer in the beginning, and then it blends to the player. So, what was the inspiration for that? Did you think about that right away when you released that, or was it a plan to implement Dilla in that essence of homage?
Recorded that for Dilla. Like
Wow.
yeah, he was alive when we did that. So when it dropped, he had passed. Like that, it was a tribute. It was meant to be a tribute while he was alive. That was not meant to be in death. And so,
Wow.
because between J Rock and Madlib, because I knew them two, but I didn't know Dilla. So I was like, yo, I'll send you this joint. Press it up on vinyl. I'm gonna send it to you. I want you to give it to Dilla for me.
Yeah.
And so, J Rock was like, yeah, definitely. I got you. And then of course that happened, and we still ended up releasing it. And then it became something because he had passed away.
Right.
But it was meant for him he was not meant. When we did it, he was alive when we recorded it.
Well, that's a fun fact, and thank you for clearing that up. I appreciate that, because that was amazing. Your rendition of that, showing love to him while he was in the physical. So hey, you and JR, by the way, man. So how do you because I had John Robinson on. He was real metal dude, by the way. That dude, if there was a such thing as a human incense candle, he would be it.
JR is the guy. JR is my brother, man. We every single day because we have a business together. We do educational PD. So we help teachers implement hip hop based education.
Yes.
And so we actually have one tomorrow. For a school district in Kentucky. So we talked a few times a day getting ready for that, and we'll do that tomorrow. But John and I, man, that's my brother. So when we came together, like Voltron, we did the 1960s jazz revolution again.
Yes.
About jazz history, right? And then we were trying to sit and think, like, what's our second album going to be? And we both realized we were educators. And so, like, yo, hold up. And so that's how the book came about. So I ended up being an author based off of just building with John, And so we came up with our book. We came up with our concept. We have, our pedagogy, youth culture pedagogy, and that's part of what I'm implementing at Ohio University. So JR been a blessing to me. Yep, little side. You already know.
Little side. That's right. Rubik's One, the great Rubik's One. He's been very loyal to the podcast since I've been doing it for 4 months. So God bless him for being down and rocking. Appreciate that. But yeah, man. So you met John Robinson. How did you guys link up? Because I know sometimes it's by coincidence, and sometimes it's just like the right place at the right time.
It was the music, man. So when I first was coming to New York to record, Kweli was always using this beat. And he was like, yo, we went into Fat Beats, shout out Fat Beats, shout out Eclipse.
Yes.
Beats. And he was like, yo, this is the record. And it happened to be Science of Life, Powers of Nine Ether. And that was it. When I heard that, I was like, oh my God, this is and so, through that, then, I would somewhere or whatever, we just got to talk and do whatever. And then, how you always say, do some work, let's work. Well, eventually, man, we ended up working, and then we just was alikes, man. We think alike, we build alike, we have the same demeanor, so that's how we did it.
Yeah, you were like the hip hop stepbrothers. Do you want to do? Did we become best friends? Let's go do karate and music in the garage. So that's dope, man. That happened. So I'm happy that it did happen, because so many classics between the two of you. Yeah. It's been amazing, So, and another fun fact that people forget about. A criminally underrated MC, I feel, from the West Coast. He's from Hieroglyphics, and you know where I'm going with this, Jay. Yeah. Casual. You and Casual did something together, and I need to remind people that is another banger of an album. That's and Casual.
My favorite, man. My dude Buka always tells me that's his favorite J-Rawls album, because I made the beats a little harder, slightly. It was a little different edge.
Yes.
And hold on, David Wolf, can I buy the book? Yes. It's JR.YCP.com. So, or it's
okay, hold on. You said matter of fact, Jay,
I'll give it to you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Please do at the end of the show.
Yeah, but it was that, to be honest with you, man, that doing an album with Casual, because first of all, man, let's just be honest. I grew up listening to Hieroglyphics. I don't think any rap artist or hip hop guy or whatever that it will say, hold up, I don't know who you know who Hieroglyphics is.
Of course. Yep.
And so, man, just actually getting to do a whole project with him. We got Opio on there, we got Festo on there, man. That album is if y'all haven't heard it, you definitely want to check it. We got Dell on there.
Oh my God, living legends, man.
So it's called Respect Game.
Respect Game.
Yeah.
Respect Game or Expect Flames.
Yeah, Casual, man. He's so ill.
Yo, super ill. And the fact that, again, I love the fact that you, like you said, you went out of your, smooth jazziness, and you went a little edgy, but still your production and personality. You know what I mean? You still stuck with that.
Yeah, and that was on purpose.
Right.
I tried to craft something. I was just in a different space, and Casual was just because he's probably one of the best MCs. Just to be honest, like he's one of the. Man.
Much love to Destroy of Show Off Your Gems, another legend of the arsonist.
Absolutely.
Love. Much love, big brother. Here's the thing with Casual, like you mentioned, J-Rawls. Casual lately, I know that he's been doing a lot of IG lives. Yes. It's almost like he's been doing a freestyle, not a freestyle for dummies per se, but those books they have for dummies on every category. He's almost trying to create his own style of freestyling now. I noticed like he's just trying to use words differently now, and like it's interesting what he's doing,
Yeah, he always like takes things to the next level. So that doesn't surprise me. I haven't seen a lot of what you're saying, but that
yeah, because I literally saw it one time, and then he was on like telling people, okay, you can use your metaphors this way. You stop and go. It was almost like he was trying to instruct like MCs that wanted to be MCs, and I'm like, okay, Kind of like a class kind of thing, you know what I mean?
Yes. And he put on a whole bunch of
Woo! You know
cat.
what I thought of? And by the way, you gotta get on my mix and match, man. I think you would be great for this. Kurok Ski of the Fat Boys, the only remaining member of the Fat Boys. He's become a friend of mine as well. He's a phenomenal human being. So I have a series called Mix and Match, Jay, where I'll give you an example. It'll be MF Doom, produced by J-Rawls, and it'll be called J Doom.
Wow. That would
Right?
that'd be fun.
That's what I'm saying. So I have 3 guests on, aside from me, the host, and we take turns breaking down our list of 10 dream collabs and dream scenarios. You can take it to the limits. You can play it safe and comfortable. But the coolest part about it is it's your list and your choice, and that's the beauty of it. So all you're doing is mixing and matching MCs or producers together on a group. So
Wow.
at some point, I would love to have you on with John Robinson to do a mix and match. I think that'll be dope, man. It'll be cool. It would be fun. You know, you guys would have really fun with a lot of fun with it. So
Indeed, I think we would.
yeah, one of the homies, I gotta shout him out. J-Rawls, you'll laugh. He said, "Exhibit." My homie Brad, he's from North Carolina. Brad Rock. He said, "MC Hammer, but not not the. You can't touch this MC Hammer. The funky headhunter MC Hammer."
Wow.
With exhibits.
Wow.
we were
Okay.
laughing for like 5 minutes, man. I said whatever works, but it's cool because he wasn't afraid to take it there, you know, and that's the whole point about mix and match. So again, I gotta show everybody this CD once again because this is an important album in my life. And, this is like the Low End Theory to Tribe. This is the Illmatic to Nas, and this is the Essence of J-Rawls for everybody that doesn't remember this classic.
First, you said what was that? 01, right?
Yeah, this is 01, man. 01. Yep.
Man, that's crazy. That's 20 years ago, man. So that it is on like Spotify and Apple Music and stuff. I hope, right?
It is. Yeah, it's on Spotify that I'm aware of. It is on Spotify.
What up, BHB?
And then is this right here where you're sitting down? Is this where you grew up? I know you're sitting down on the porch right here.
Oh, that was my very well, not my first, but that was my second apartment.
Oh, okay.
They changed the address so you wouldn't be able to tell, but we did a photo shoot out there and that's where so that was my studio at the time. That's at that apartment. Then the bricks is just something they found on the west side and that house on the west side. And then me sitting in the living room, that's my mom and dad's living room right there. Elo Kush. Yo, me and Kush album. Kush, I listen to our album again, bro. Our album is crazy. That dude is ridiculous, man.
Yeah. Elo Kush, where is he from? Where's the gentleman from?
Oh, man, Jersey, man. The gentleman is
okay.
Yeah, he's dope. Yeah, now see, okay, so up in the left-hand side is my mom's wallpaper still there. Then they went to Barnes and Nobles and I was reading a book. And then me and my son in the studio, that was my first son. He was the only one that was alive at that time. How about that?
Oh,
and
wow.
The photographer got on the top of the phone booth and took a picture of me took a picture of me on the phone booth. And that's what's crazy because that phone booth is gone now. Like, you know, that's
oh man. That sucks.
Yeah, the new day. Yeah, man. The essence of, man, that's crazy right there.
And here's another underrated duo that they're very underrated, and I have their CD as well still. Because I collected all this. I still got all the CDs from back in the day. The Unspoken Herd, Ashru. Blue, Black, and Ashru, I believe, right?
Everything.
Bro.
Hope I was, blessed to be able to produce on their first album, and that was so much. Yo, my Crystal Project, Diesel, Rob Riley's on here, man.
Much love to Rob Riley. Much love.
producer in his own right. He's incredible. You need to hear some of his beats, bro. He's incredible.
Okay, you said Rob Riley. You said.
Yep, Rob Riley, Diesel, 1223. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna do that for sure. I'm gonna do that. All right, and then this is one of the Goosebumps songs for me. Blue number 2 with Om Skillet of Mood. Bro, how I'm like,
Yeah.
that's like sitting on a couch
Yeah.
and you're eating a great meal and you're just listening and you're just like, I'm gonna repeat this like 4 or 5 times before I go outside and shovel my snow.
You should have heard us like we record. So that beat, man, that beat, actually Jay Sands did a song on that called 4 in the Morning. It was a freestyle. That's how old that beat's from, like 95. And so Gillett heard it and he was like, yo, this right here. And he just kind of, did his thing on there and I fell in love with it. But then we called in Charles Cooper to play that sax, man, and it was just,
Woo!
oh, it was just heaven, man. Heaven.
It is. It's definitely an audio. It's like an audio slice of heaven, is what it is, man. And Home Skillet, the smoothness of his lyricism and his cadence and delivery, and then your beat to match with it. I'm like, woo, crazy, crazy.
Yep.
Mr. Greenweeds, by the way, Chicago cat. He's a good brother, man, and he was on Cold Turkey with Capital D, the other legend, and Mr. Greenweeds. That's one of man.
Everything. Cap introduced me to him, man. Him and Tone B. Nimble introduced me to him and Iamos Murad, you know what I'm saying?
Ooh, yes.
Chicago, you know what I'm saying? All natural.
Yep.
But
You already know.
dope.
Ooh. And then we still got a couple minutes, and then I'll let you get some rest and take some Alka-Seltzer and just relax, man. Because I know again, I appreciate you being on with me.
About to make some green tea. I'm done because I got to do this presentation in the morning. So
yeah,
sleeping, put up.
Absolutely. So we're gonna say peace to J-Rawls because so we can let the man rest. But I wanna thank you, man. And I'm gonna actually text when we're done, when I'm posting this and and sharing it to everybody. I'm gonna text L, yo, J-Rawls said I can be on that project. I just one song. That's it. It could be, I don't care if it's 2 minutes, 1 minute, I don't care.
You better let him know, man. Hit him up, man. But yeah, I'm definitely down, man, because he'll be in Chicago before I will, so y'all can work. And that dude, like I said, he's traveling all the time, man. It'd be crazy.
And thank you again for that, Jay. I appreciate you, man. And I wanna say just one more thing, man. This has been a long time in the making to have you on, and it means a lot. Again, man, you're very important to this culture, and I just want to say thank you again for your contributions to this beautiful culture. And you've done a lot for this culture, and not only in the music essence, but now as a professor. So again, man, I want to commend you for your accomplishments. And sky's the limit, man, and keep doing what you're doing, man, because I appreciate you. So.
What do you say to that, man? I'm grateful that you even listen and people care. So I'm thankful, I'm grateful, and I appreciate it. And thanks for having me on, man. Much love to everybody who's hung out with us for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Tech, to me, my man, my brother BHB. Peace to everybody, man. I appreciate you guys, man. But this is incredible, and hopefully we can do it again. Maybe me and JR can come on and talk, and we can chop it up.
That sounds good to me, my brother. And one last thing before we bounce out, SlickBlast RapCast with J-Rawls, the legend. Is there anybody special in your life aside from your dog, because he's already chilling with you? Is there anybody special that you want to shout out in your life, or just anybody that you want to shout out while you're on right now before we bounce out?
Last month I lost my father, so I'm gonna shout out my mom because she just texted me while we were sitting here talking, and I'm gonna call her back. But she was married to my dad for 52 years, but they have been together since they were in 6th grade. So
wow.
she's I don't know how she's dealing. She's the strongest person I know, but she's really, she's dealing, and yeah, I shout her out because she is strong. She's
Strong woman, a strong woman. Foundation.
And I'm just making sure, like, I try to be there for her. I mean, I make sure I call her every day, or if I don't see her, I call her or text her, make sure that we talk every day. So yeah, that's what I'm dealing with, man. Dealing with the loss of pops.
My brother, I want to say I'm sorry for your loss. I know it's a tough one, but he's watching over you in heaven, and
Right.
I know he's proud of you. And again, I'm very sorry for your loss.
Mm. Thank you, appreciate
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
All right, my brother. I'm gonna let you rest up, okay? And
Right.
and do your thing tomorrow. I know that should be a good time. And man, many blessings to you, my brother. Great health, and watch over your mom, man.
I
So
appreciate.
thank you again.
Yo, to everybody watching, one love. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. We out.
We
Peace.
out. Peace. Much love, brother. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, finally did it. Finally did it. Uh, this has been a great one. The fact that he was still down to chop it up with me, and he's not feeling good, and a lot of things are going on. I pray for him. He's obviously a great human being, and he's special to hip hop culture. So I tip my hat off to J-Rawls. Much love to J-Rawls. And for everybody that's on here, I also want to, I'm very grateful for everybody that's on, my regulars that are on, and also new hip hop. Sandra, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah. This is what we do. We want to make people smile, uh, and feel good and talk music and life and just positive all the way through. So, this was a special episode for me because I'm a hardcore J-Rawls fan, and the fact that he just made it official that he would be down to just for me to like spit some verses on one of his production, that blessing. So I'm gonna holler at Elder Sensei. Rubik's One, you are a blessing as well, man. Rubik's One, appreciate you, man. Hey, it's nothing but love as always, bro. You already know how I do. So for everybody who's not following SlickBlast RapCast, please do. I do this for the culture. I love the culture with all my heart and my existence. Um, Jazzy Ball Kids is going to be released actually, hopefully this Friday. Me and A1, Jazzy Ball Kids is coming. Production by LP. And then J-Rawls made it official. Elder Sensei, I'm going to holler at you on the phone, and I'm going to let you know. J-Rawls is allowing me to be on one of your tracks on that new project that you guys are coming out with. So that's a blessing. Thank you again, J-Rawls. Get some rest. Much love to everybody. My upcoming guest will be Aguilar. He's a veteran MC. He's been doing it for a long time. So I'm going to have on Aguilar. And I'm also going to have Prince Poe, the other half of Organized Confusion. Prince Poe, the legend. Okay? I'm going to have them on Monday and Tuesday back to back. Okay? So we're going to keep this hip-hop thing going. All right? I'm the Balkan Nostalgic. And this is SlickBlast RapCast. Much love to everybody. Peace.